Pleasure to meet you, Lee.
Yes, nice to meet you.
I know we connected on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking a bit tired because I don't usually get up at 8 o'clock. So anyway.
No, we can't see outside. You are morning guy trivia. Guy, switch on start recording just so we can get to see you.
It's going. Yeah, no, not start really. Recording.
Yeah,
start video.
Start what? Start video.
Yeah.
Yes, start video.
Okay. Morning, Cecile.
There's Guy. Oh, no, Guy, I'm sorry. No, switch it off. You're looking too tired for us, man.
Yeah. Keep it. I'm like you guys. I'm getting technology driven.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. But do yourself a favor, move your screen a little bit down so that your head gets higher up in the picture, and we get rid of your ceilings there. We're all starting to learn this technology. There's Cecile as well. Cecile, unmute your mic if you can, or Ivan, if you can unmute the mic. And I think what we should do, Ivan, is get the recording going.
It's going.
It's going. Okay, fantastic. So Cecile, welcome on board. Guy, welcome on board. Ivan is our tech host at the moment. We're doing today's session as a pilot, just to see how it goes. So Cecile, are you talking?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Yeah, we've been crazy busy because everyone wants to divert their telephones and whatever. So I've been running around doing that the whole of yesterday and the day before, and probably just now as well. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been crazy.
Crazy days, yeah.
Yeah, and what a lovely picture.
I see a picture of you with South African scarves. What is that for? And medals.
It was when I went with my twin sister, is a Springbok race walker. So we went to the World Championships every year we've been, but that one is in South Korea when she won 2 silver medals, and our friend that's with us on the photo, she won also 2 silver medals.
That is fantastic.
Listen, please, Ivan.
No smoking on this.
Yeah, if you can stop that guy blowing smoke into my face, I'd be very happy.
Every time he puffs, my antivirus starts running.
But Lee, just Cecile talking about her sister. Let Cecile tell you a little bit about herself and the things she does at national level.
No.
Come on, Cecile.
I used to play squash. I played squash, and I used to do athletics. So I was a Springbok athlete for I don't know, from the time that I left school until I was 30, and then I started playing squash. I played squash for Gauteng, and then I started doing karate 6 years ago. Now I've got a black belt. I'm training at the moment for my 2nd dan. Yeah, so just part of my sport is part of our family's life. Yeah.
Cecile, that's amazing.
Yeah, and when you start tapping into people who will be logging in over the course of these 21 days, I think you're going to be blown away with the quality of individual that is around in our network. So what's the intention here? In fact, just between ourselves, Ivan and Lee, let's just banter around. And Ivan, you did very well on the last four-ways chamber pilot Zoom operation where you shut people down if they were making noises, because I heard Guy barking there. You were able to mute him quickly, and then we were able to save bandwidth by getting people to stop their recordings, etc. So if you need to take over like that, do it again, because I think it was outstanding. If you want, and then as people come on board, this is just going to be a free flow. It's given us a feel of what we can do in about 30 minutes and see where this takes us by the end of 21 days. So Ivan, Lee, how did this get off the ground?
Lee, do you want to take that up?
Yeah, sure. So Trevor, Ivan, and I worked together on Wisdoms, and we were having a Zoom meeting, like everybody's been having over the last little while. I think it just sparked a realization that we can actually connect with people around South Africa, around the world, just having conversations. As we were chatting, I think we were all, this was yesterday, yesterday, the day before, Tuesday. And we would just say, you know, we had just got the news basically that, okay, we're going to be on lockdown. What are we going to do? I certainly was sort of reeling. I think we all have been. You know, what is it going to mean? You know, you go from the mundane, like, you know, how do I need to? What kind of groceries do I need? To what's going to happen to my business? So these are the thoughts that were sort of revolving in my head. And then as we started chatting, we started, you know, using Trevor's word, bantering. You kind of started saying, oh, what about this? What about that? Trevor picked up his guitar and started singing The Wisdom's Way or something like that. There you go. And I think it just lifted our spirits, and we just said, you know what, let's see if we can't get more people on board and chat, find out how's everybody doing, what can we do to help us get through this time.
Yeah, great. I think that pretty much sums it up, except, you know, as soon as Trevor started playing his guitar, we said, no, we've got to do something different. But, you know, that was just a stimulator. I think, you know, the fact is, you know, there's opportunity here, and the question is, how do we recognize that opportunity, and how do we all take advantage of it? Because that's what the name of the game is. We can't sit at home and mope and for 21 days. We've got to find ways of getting out there virtually and making things happen. And so yeah, 24 hours later, we've got this together. And you know, there were a few more people that had signed up to come on. They may still come on this morning. I don't know. They may come on tomorrow morning. It doesn't really matter. I think you know, the more the merrier. But there's nothing wrong with a group of 5, and we can make things hum here. So I think for us it's exciting. You know, I've started connecting with other people around the world who are also putting together virtual conferences and looking for speakers and things like that. And I think that's going to be the name of the game. You know, we can now connect with people all around the world. We're not limited to Fourways or Centurion or Lanseria or Deep Slurt. We've actually been given the opportunity to go global here. So let's brainstorm. Let's get a mastermind going. Let's work out how to take advantage of all of this and make it happen. And I think, you know, this gives us the opportunity from a technology point of view, from a speed point of view, from a reach point of view. So yeah, let's get the brain power awake. And so Guy, you got to get up earlier next time and just be a bit more ready for the day, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, I see Ian Johnson trying to get on board. He sent you a message there. Ivan, if you can just forward him the actual link to join on. He sent a WhatsApp message to you. But if I can continue just along the lines of what you're talking about, really the discussion was, how can we turn crisis into opportunities? So many people, you look at them almost responding like deer in the headlights. They don't know what to do. And for most of you in the Wisdoms team, you know I'm a technophobe. And the exciting thing for me is that this has forced me to get to understand what Zoom is about, what the technology is about, and then start taking everything that we know locally into the international arena, which is what Wisdoms is all about. So this 21 days, my approach has been, wow, what a fantastic opportunity to learn a new technology. So I'm interested to hear where Guy and where Cecile we're going. So Guy, I see you've unmuted yourself. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the next 21 days? What are your thoughts about what you were planning to do or what we're doing, and then we'll come and ask Cecile the same questions. Let's get your input, Guy. I see you have unmuted.
Trevor, yeah, just generally, what is Wisdom 1, 2, 3 objective when you guys meet generally?
All right. So our idea is to bring positive, passionate people together, looking to make a difference in the world. And so behind that, we put all the knowledge resources that we have between ourselves as entrepreneurs. And if you have a look at the first three, I've in mine, between Trevor, Ivan, and Lee, we've got well over 100 years of expertise. Ivan has about 56 of them. I've got 22, and Lee has 3. If you can get the maths behind that, just in age terms. Okay, yeah. But there's a ton of experience, and we're connected to many, many other people through all of our learnings, all of our experiences, everything that we've done. And we've consolidated all of that into a huge bundle of knowledge resources that we've put into effect. And someone like Lee has been the front runner of that into corporates and has built one of the top names as a knowledge resource facilitator in the marketplace. And our intention in the long term is to take this to as many people who want to be part of the network of positive, passionate people, making a difference. So that's summarized it. Lee, shake of the head, or have I missed something there?
Who?
Lee. Yeah, you agree, Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully that explains it. I want to hear a little bit more about you. Where are you going? What are you about? And what were your thoughts on this 21 days? I know you're into quite a big experience with ourselves. We're going to be a difficult team to keep track with. I think you're already starting to discover that. So let's hear a little bit more about you.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to, as I've said, contribute is looking at the benefits and the value we enhance to our members, the profile of our new members moving forward. I think the profiling will be important from bringing new leadership through and growing the base. So it's a matter of just still getting a feel for what you guys are about and getting insights from you so I can learn. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, all of us have got different viewpoints, and it's about how we bring those together. The bottom line is, why are we doing it? And mainly for the founding members, and all people that we're doing it with, the members learning and improving in their businesses. Okay, that's so the bottom line. And you?
Yeah, Guy, I'm gonna come in here because you've got a dog at the background who wants his own Zoom facility. But at the same time, don't worry about it. But at the same time, we really want to stay away from promoting businesses and all that sort of thing. This is more about us connecting as individuals between each other to discover each other. So as thankful as I am about you coming on board on the Four Ways Chamber, etc., I'm wanting to delve deeper into who you are, what you're about, and how we can actually start connecting as positive, passionate people. So I'm going to take you down that line, and I'm going to ask Cecile just to come in and share with us her particular views about the 21 days, where she is in life, what she's thinking about, how this is going to affect life and business, and how we can work together. And then I'll come back to you, Guy. So Cecile, come on board.
Hi guys. I don't know. I think what I'm doing right now. So I think I'll probably be doing similar things over the next 21 days, because when you're in telecommunications, when things are quiet, that's when it's not quiet for other people. Everyone has other problems. But yeah, it's good for me to talk to you guys every day. To share positive thoughts. and let's see where we can do this. I will carry on doing my training, my personal training in my private home. I live with my husband, and we regret not seeing our grandchildren. But we can contact each other via all this Zoom and Facebook Live and all that kind of stuff, or Facebook live calls. So I don't envisage the next 21 days to be too bad, but we'll see. I'm the Earth optimist.
Yeah, well, that's great because Ivan, you asked me to actually submit a couple of polls, and I did put up a poll for you. How do we get to the poll, and is it confidential? That's something that I wanted to learn, because I think on some of the polls I've touched base on quite a few pointers that Cecile brought up. How do we get to a poll? I see there's a poll button down at the bottom there. If I press that,
just try that, Trevor.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so poll 1. How do you feel about the 21-day lockdown? Multiple choice. Excited to capitalize on the opportunities it presents. Looking to have a long, lazy breakdown. Doing very little. Now I feel nothing, leaves me cold, wishing it over ASAP. Will struggle to find things to do, extremely irritated by the inconvenience. Okay, so I'm going to do a click in that poll and see what happens. No, what is it? Launch polling. So if I press launch polling, what happens there? Wisdom's chat poll in progress. Okay. And so I can't poll because I'm a host, perhaps. Okay. What do you guys see? Someone tell me. Okay, I see some answers coming in.
The poll came up and I connected with it.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to minimize that, but I'm going to get back to Cecile. And Cecile, just the point I was going to ask, if you can unmute yourself again, is you can see those questions I'm asking. How excited are you about these 21 days, or is it an irritation in your life?
No, I'm a little bit neutral.
Okay, no, well, that's fantastic, because that's the point of us getting together. Now, I'm blown away, excited about this, and I do know why, but I don't want to share it here yet, because some of you will then think I don't like people, and that's. I can. So I prefer to be isolated, and I'm loving this, and that we can connect with billions of people if we do this right. Ian, I see you've come on board. Welcome. Did you just start? What do you call it? Start video so we can get to see you. But Cecile, share for Guy, please, what you've learned about us out of Wisdoms. Just what you've picked up about us as people. And the people that we've actually met. I think you've been with us, we've perhaps had 50 to 70 people while you've been around. Just share for Guy your observations and what you know and what you've learned about the people.
Well, over this, it's about 2.5 months now, with December in between that I didn't work for 5 weeks. I was away. Shoo. I've seen that people are eager to share their stuff with one another, and and talk to one another about what they do and how they can help each other. I personally haven't seen much, let's say, taking or giving. I've actually seen mostly taking. Everyone wants to take instead of give. So yeah, I think the longer one goes to the chamber, the more you see that it's about giving and not about taking. So I think it's good to have a group like this that you can trust and share your business feelings about, because often you can't talk to your family and your friends about the challenges that every business goes through. So everyone is suffering in silence.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. And the point is we shouldn't be suffering in silence, because if anyone thinks that the challenges are any different for anyone else in business, in this type of environment as a lockdown, they got to be crazy. The vast majority are going to experience exactly the same challenges, but the top 1% are going to respond to those challenges completely differently. Ian, are you able to unmute yourself and also start your video so we can see you? There you are, the pilot. How's it?
No, morning. All right, so.
Yeah, good, man. Well, you know everyone here. You've met them all, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ian, what's your views? You came in a bit later. I did see you on the WhatsApp trying to get the connection, but what's your view and what are you going to be doing over the next 21 odd days? From a point of view, I've shared that I'm excited about this, but we put that poll up about where are the levels, and Cecile was honest enough to say, no, she's sort of in between, hasn't yet worked it out. Where are you?
Actually, I'm actually looking forward to this 21 days, quite frankly. I think, we all say we've got to try and balance and find time to do things, but we never do. But now we've got no excuse because we've got 21 days to do that. So, yeah, for me, there's a couple of things I have kind of in the pipeline in terms of ideas and things that I can reinvent. I think the business as we know it, I think, is going to be quite different in 21 days' time, if in fact it doesn't extend longer than that. So yeah, we're going to be viewing the world very differently, and I think doing business very differently. There's no question about that. So I think these kind of chats are quite good. I think we don't do enough of them. We just, I think we got into a bit of a routine on our Friday meetings. We kind of were following the same process, and maybe this is a time for reflection, and maybe in moving forward we do things completely different in a combination of those kind of meetings, but these kind of meetings as well. So I'm not quite sure where it's going to take us, but I would be interested to see in 21 days' time what people have reinvented that they can actually communicate on a platform like this, as opposed to having to be sitting in a physical meeting.
Yeah, fantastic input. I think what we're going to do is mute you there, Ian, and see if we can get Frans up. Frans, press your start recording so we can see you, and unmute yourself. Or Ivan, if you can unmute Frans. And press start recording. Hello, Frans.
Start video.
Sorry, I'm late. The invite went into my junk mail folder for some stupid reason.
Not a problem. Where's Frans gone? I can't see him. Have you gone? Has Frans gone?
My camera may not be working. I've got a problem. I'm going to find a new webcam today.
Okay, not a problem. Frans, just perhaps intro yourself quickly. And what are your views on the next 21 days? Where are you? Excited about the opportunity, or just really couldn't care less, or totally irritated by it? Where are you?
No, look, I think we're all in it together. It's something that you must make the best of if you're going to come out sane on the other side. And that's for a couple of better words. So make best use of the time that you have. To further upskill yourself, to sort out admin, because there's always admin to be done, and see if you can improve efficiencies internally on your systems. I'm in the position that I develop a lot of my own Excel spreadsheets and tools of the trade myself, and there's always enhancements that one can effect, and then in time maybe expedite my release of that to the profession on a wider scale. Because I had started talking to our Association of Quantity Surveyors to release some of my IP to them and to members. That's upstarts, but it needs to go to a next level to be a bit further developed, to be a bit more user friendly. And maybe this next 3 weeks is going to give me that. I must just add that my sentiment is it's not going to be only 3 weeks. It's going to be at least 6 to 8 weeks. and possibly even further than that, if I look at what the World Health Organization is advising.
Okay, and that's an interesting sentiment from my perspective, because if it goes that length of time, if anyone is irritated by the 21-day period, can you imagine how they're going to be over a 6 to 8 week period, or if it goes into the months, what the effect on their business is. And that's why I'm excited, because this is forcing me to find an alternative way of generating revenue using technology, where we were doing the face-to-face things and we were getting complacent. Ian is 100% right. There's a complacency and a comfort when you actually get together once a week on a Friday. But I'm going to stop talking. I'd like Lee to comment on what she's heard. So I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to punish myself.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to come in because I wanted to acknowledge that it's not so much irritation, about being in lockdown. There is and to acknowledge that the purpose of the group here is to build a tribe, basically, of positive, passionate people who want to make a difference in society. And the reason that that's important is because actually it's tough times. And yes, we are in lockdown, and there might be some frustrations around that, but I think that's the least of the issues. I think that for me, certainly, if I speak for myself, if I'm honest, there is at the pit of my stomach, there's fear, there's worry, and I'm actually grateful that I can focus in these next 21 days. And as you say, France, it could well be longer. But at least we have 21 days where, some of the distractions and the busyness of other things is taken away from us, so we can take advantage of this and as you say, maybe upskill and focus. Cecile, you say so you're going to be busy anyway. But it is about bringing together this group, or more and more people, so that we can say, listen, we're in it together. So it is about forming a community of people who can support each other, but not only support in terms of saying, oh, woe is us, but actually say, what is it going to take for us to keep our spirits up? We're just at the beginning. I mean, the lockdown only happens at midnight. But as we start to see more cases coming up in South Africa, as we start to see more people dying around the world, what is that going to do for us? And how do we respond? So I think that's, it's not for me to be down. I'm just trying to accept that there's a reality.
Yeah, I just want to come in because I love the fact that you actually shared the fact that there's this element of fear in you, and I understand it, and I know the quality of person that you are. Sharing that, because most people won't share that at all. But what it does for me at this end is to turn around and say, oh my goodness, I've got our wisdom CEO who's fearful about what's going on. So what I want to do in this platform is make certain we find ways to actually overcome that fear and find alternative income revenue generating opportunities, which we've all got. And the beauty about it is we've never used the technology to drive those revenue generating opportunities. So the way to overcome fear for me is to actually be proactive. And Ivan liked my comment the other day, proactive is better than no active. But proactive with purpose, given all of the foundation of the experience that you have behind you to generate revenue in quality business, is what I'd hope to come out of a forum like this, that we get quality minds who understand that thinking positively, passionate people who are experienced in business, may be feeling fearful, but just need 10 or 20 people around them to actually turn around and say, okay, great idea. Let me go off in that direction. Let me get a couple of people on board tomorrow, and we build this thing just by over 21 days. We might have 300 to 1,000 odd people who are just like us, also with these concepts, but are connected to another 300 or 1,000 people. Ivan, if you want to come in on that point.
Yeah, thanks, Trevor. Yeah, I think what we all have to realize here is there's a mindset shift, there's a mindset change that we all have to go through. It doesn't matter what your business is or was, or might be. You've actually now got to take this opportunity to reevaluate all sorts of things, and it's change, and change does scare people. That's a simple fact of the human condition. The thing is, you can let it scare you, you can let it excite you, and I think for me it's challenging, it's exciting, because we now do have to actually get out of those comfort zones. We have to actually stop doing what we've always done and stop getting what we've always gotten, and then start doing something completely different and getting something hopefully completely different, and really shaking up things and changing things. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for us to reinvent who we are and what we do, and whether it's 21 days or whether it's longer than that, I don't think it matters. I think this 21 days is going to redefine the way we do business going forward forever. I don't think it's a stopgap solution. I think it's a fundamental change in the way we do things, and the way we interact, and the way we're going to make things happen. So that's exciting. It's a learning opportunity. It's an opportunity to just do things completely different. So that's the way I'm seeing it. I think that's in a nutshell. I think
I want to be honest about, I know we come up, I'm honest about the feelings, because otherwise, why would we need wisdoms? Why would we need each other? Why would we need this group? We need each other. This is a time to support, a time to uplift, a time to remind ourselves that there is something that we can do to be proactive. Cecile, you want to say something?
Yes, Lee, when you were saying that you've got the feeling at the little uneasy feeling at the pit of your stomach, I actually realized I have a similar one, because although it could be almost say business as usual, and we've got the model in business that revenue would come in, that is if the customers are paying, because with everyone's business locked down and their voice service is not going, they may default, and then the risk is all on me. So everyone is now sitting at home working on their at the internet at home and have their own internet, but if they don't pay me, I still have to pay the service providers. And yeah, so that's the little sick feeling at the bottom of my stomach. And then also to just join in on that, I'm on a daily basis, I'm kind of always so busy that I don't have a chance to look at the other things that I want to do, other parts of my business, to try and just get out of the chit-chat business, because chit-chat is actually part of the international loyalty program, and I never get a chance to do that very, very effectively. And that's one of the things that we're also doing big Zoom meetings internationally with. So yeah, so that's one of the things I'll try. Hopefully I'll have time in the day, not sitting and working on the chit-chat, so that I can do other things on Cashback World. So yeah, that's just my kind of day-to-day operation from tomorrow onwards.
Okay,
and my husband here as well.
Great input, and I love the real feelings coming from real people. I see that we're 4 minutes over the pilot test time, but I think let's just let this flow for another 5 minutes. If you've got to go, I see Ian has gone. Something went down on his system. Not a problem. Let's just run it for another 5 minutes. Who is Trevor there? Trevor, come on board. Press start video so we can see which Trevor it is. Otherwise, I've pressed my my browser twice here.
Thank you. I'm here. I'll sort that out now.
Ah, Trevor Kettler. Okay. Hello, Trevor. We want a picture of you. I'm taking gallery pictures. We're going to put it up on our Facebook sites and LinkedIn, and we're going to expand this database. So can you get your start recording on? But talk to us quickly, Trevor. What are your views for the next 21 days?
A wonderful opportunity to, can you hear me?
Yes, yep.
Okay. A wonderful opportunity to get our things into gear and to be able to sort our businesses out and reinvent ourselves so that in 22 days' time that we're all ready and we can kickstart and keep going. So I think this is brilliant. I hope we have more of these, which I think we will.
Oh yes, no, we're looking to build this up. Press start video at the bottom. If you go to your take your mouse down to the bottom browser.
There we go.
Yeah. Are you there?
Guys, while he's doing that, I was thinking we are pathetic and getting so anxious about 21 days. Over Christmas and December, we're all locked down. We're all closed down over for 21 days or longer. In this past December, I left on the 12th of December and I returned on the 12th of January. And I didn't think, oh my word, the world's going to fall to pieces. But yeah, so it's just the mindset as well.
Absolutely, it's all about attitude, and this is the reframing of the type of people we want to mix with. And I wonder what Guy's breaking down laughing. Did something fall off my face, Guy? What have you heard, Guy, so far? Just so we can begin wrapping up this session and just put it to bed as a pilot, and we'll meet again at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Guy, unmute yourself and share with us. What's the joke, for goodness sake? I'm now getting self-conscious online.
No problem. I would just break it down into a few components. First of all, is that we, with that experience, or the whole team, the level of giving and how quickly we do the giving. In terms of the 21 days, I fundamentally believe that everyone's deepest fear is how quickly to generate different sources of income. I don't see this for 21 days. I see it for longer. The second thing is the personal motivation and contact via Zoom and video call, etc. So one can actually be in contact with colleagues who talk the same sort of language, etc. The physical distancing will take an impact, and we need to show with all our experiences how to help those people that connect with us and who we connect with, how to actually stabilize their thinking and to start to look at ways saying, well, how do I actually reinvent myself? You see, there's a lot of what, which I respect, but to me, it's how can it be done? How quickly can it be done? What resources can we use? And from a wisdom point of view, the 21 days, thank you very much. I look forward to participating every day and learning and growing.
Hi guys, just one challenge to all of you from me, the health nut. Those of you that smoke, this is a good time to stop smoking. Let's track the progress of stop smoking over the next 21 days.
Give him a hiding, Cecile. In fact, we're going to ban those people from our network. Okay, good one. France, come on board, France. I think you came in halfway through the session. We want to wrap this up now in the next, say, 3 odd minutes. Just some of your inputs based on what you've heard over this period.
Look, what I've heard from what Lee said is, if you're not scared, you should be scared. You should be scared that you're not scared. Because, then obviously you have not read or learned or done your own research to establish what the real circumstances are that we are about to face. And it's an opportunity. What is a concern for me is the 21 day that government is conveying to the community and the population at large, and they're all set on the 21 days. If I was them, I would have rather said phase 1 is 21 days. And this is what we're going to do in the first 21 days, and not talk about it as if it is 21 days, because it's not going to be. And I think we need to also almost phase in what we want to do in that period of time. Look, if it's 21 days, fantastic. But I think that's unrealistic if one looks at the bigger picture. I think one needs to surround yourself with positive people. And this is a fantastic forum for me because it may make us a bit more sane and keep a bit of sanity there, because that is going to be a huge challenge for people, that mental strength that one needs to keep on going. I mean, it can be easy to just go and lie down and sit on the stoop and drink coffee and something like that, whereas you should actually be reading and doing your own growth in that period of time. I think surround yourself with positive people and read and discard the junk and the fake news that is out there, so that you can concentrate on fact and reduce the number of people that spread rumors and fake news, because there's too much of that.
Excellent. Trevor, you have a closing comment, and then I'll hand over to Lee, Ivan, and myself to close. Okay, just from yourself. No, unmute your mic.
Sorry, let me just say, I think it's a great, I think it's a great way to begin, and look forward to seeing you and more tomorrow.
Great stuff. Trevor?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I wrote an article that I put on the Midrand Chamber post on Facebook, and I tried to post it onto the Fourways, but I just couldn't share it. So Ivan, if you wouldn't mind helping me and just putting it on there, and I'm sure it will give hope and help to other people in this time who are battling a little bit. And it's just how to survive these 21 days and beyond, because I don't believe that it's going to be 21 days. I think we're going to be here for a hell of a lot longer. It could be in months. And if we don't start organizing ourselves now, then people in the dwang. So Ivan, if you wouldn't mind just sharing that, and please tell me how to do it next time that I can.
Can I just come on board there on two things? Trevor, have you used Zoom before in any big way?
Yeah, I have. It's the first time I'm doing it on my phone. I've got a problem on my computer that I need to just investigate.
Okay, but all of this is so important. We've got to learn all these new technologies. Now I'm going to have to try it on my phone too, because you've set the challenge for me. And then the other thing is Facebook, if you can't share your posts, it's because of your settings. You need to go into your settings and say you're willing to share all of your posts with anyone. So just going to have a look at that, and Ivan will perhaps give you a better technical answer. Ivan?
Yeah, it's more than that. Currently we have certain restrictions on things being shared on the Fourways Chamber page, because in the early days we were getting a lot of junk coming through.
All right, Trevor, so we don't want your junk, Trevor. That's what he's telling you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'll keep it all to myself.
Yeah.
Everything's moderated at this point in time. But what it can probably do is I probably need to make a couple of you admins, or have the ability to at least share author articles and things. Maybe Guy and Trevor and Lee, perhaps, just to be able to put things directly on the chamber. Otherwise, Trevor and myself have got to moderate everything that gets shared there. So we can certainly share your current post and then and look at ways of making it a bit simpler from there on. So I think just for me to wrap up from my side very quickly as well, I think a lot of good input has been given here. I think there's an element of what Frans said, about not following the junk and all the rest. So I think not only should we be practicing social distancing, we should be practicing social media distancing from all the rubbish that people are pushing out there. And only be putting out good, positive, strong messages, and not following every Tom, Dick, and Harry this is how you cure COVID, and this is what you should be doing, and this is what you shouldn't be doing. Just distance yourself social media wise from all that nonsense, and let's just drive things positive and forward.
Okay, and then from my side, I'd like to suggest that each one of us get out there and seriously invite 1 to 3 people to come on board tomorrow. So we push as hard as we can on whatever technology we've got. Join us at 8 a.m. to 8:30. Now, this little session is 45 minutes. So it might be that a session like this will be somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes. And as it gets bigger, it might just expand. But at the end of the day, we might have a corporate advisory board meeting consisting of 50 to 100 positive, passionate people talking like this. It might last an hour to 2 hours. People come in and out as they want to, free flow of information, but with this sort of quality of input that we've had today. So I think what we should do is wrap that up. I'd like to actually move on. So we're going to say cheers to
Can
Yes.
I just ask, so if we invite someone, the Zoom ID is the same as it was today?
Correct. Okay, so I'm saying yes, so all of those details, but what we'd like you to do is perhaps invite them into the process that you went through, so that we can actually have the details of the individuals. So Ivan, I don't know if you want to just remind people of what that process was.
Absolutely. I think either you got the link on Facebook or you got the link on WhatsApp from Trevor, or the email. So if you can just forward the email, or just do an ad
to that person, and then they tap on it, and then immediately they get the thing to say this is the webinar.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and then that helps us build the profile database of the quality of people that we've got.
Okay.
And I can tell you, my gut feel is this thing, by the end of 21 days, we could be well over 1,000 of us.
Yeah, yes, I think people may be interested to just talk to on a positive forum and not just have the doom and gloom of the
we have to take this as a virus.
Yeah.
From
yes.
home.
A positive virus. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is unmute and say cheers. If you guys can leave the meeting, and we see you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We're going to be around, and I just want to have a chat to our Wisdoms team about other things that we've got to roll out. So we've got big things on the go, and please discuss whatever challenges in terms of life and business or whatever. We bring that up so that we can share with the expertise, ideas for generating revenue going down the road. Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock.